Would you like to know the 3 types of people that you should surround yourself with right now if you want to have massive success? Note that I didn't say the 3 people. I'm talking about the 3 types of people that you should surround yourself with. I'm going to share that with you now on this week's episode of the Unlock Success Podcast.
This is the Unlock Success Podcast. We're helping entrepreneurs around the world dive deep into the keys you need to shatter excuses, believe in yourself, and help you achieve your highest goals. Here's your host, 8-figure entrepreneur and the living legend of internet marketing, Anthony Morrison.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Anthony Morrison here, and welcome to another episode of the Unlock Success Podcast. Now listen, I want to share with you the 3 types of people that you need to surround yourself with today if you want to be successful. Look, our goal in this podcast, it isn't just to give you step-by-step methods or digital marketing strategies to grow your business, although we like those things. You can find all those things on my YouTube channel under different playlists. My goal on this podcast specifically is to help you develop the habits and the lifestyle that you need for your business to succeed. And the reason is, listen, I truly believe that the mindset behind the methods are what's really going to keep you from growth, right? Now, how do I know this? Well, because the methods out there, look, they're often available for free. Heck, just check my YouTube channel out, right? I post new methods and new strategies I'm using in my business 2 to 3 times a week. So why isn't everyone who watched those videos, running their own successful business? Well, obviously, I can't speak for everybody, but I can speak from some experience and say that, often we try these methods out without the right mindset and without the right motivation to keep pushing when things get tough. So the lesson I want to give you today is simply this. The people you surround yourself with will dramatically affect your business, for better or for worse. Maybe you've heard the quote, "You are the sum of the 5 people you surround yourself with." I've heard plenty of people say this quote, and I've even used it myself. But we often don't talk about what type of people you should be surrounding yourself with. You see where I'm going with this? You see where that's different? So I wanted to dive into that today because no, I'm not going to say you should only hang out with millionaires and CEOs. That's not practical advice. But there are certain personalities that anyone can find, and these are the type of people that you want to find yourself spending time with, okay? So the first type of person that I want you to surround yourself with is the motivator. This is a person who gets up at 5 a.m. to work out, okay? Look, they usually they use schedules. They track their progress to make sure they're getting things done. They probably don't, overeat or drink too much to make sure they're staying healthy, right? You want this type of person in your life because they're going to be you're going to be challenged by them, right? That's just the way that it is. Even if they're not telling you what to do, their motivation will set a good example for you, and you can challenge each other, to live the best life that you possibly can, no matter what your surroundings are, right? These are the type of people that honestly, a lot of times I find people run from. They're like, "Oh no, that I'm not going to hang out with her. She looks too good. She's too in shape. She puts herself together too much. She walks out of the house, and every single day she walks out of the house and she looks perfect. Why the heck would I want to hang out with that person? She's trying too hard." Have you ever heard that? She tries too hard, or he tries too hard. Look at him. He's driving around in his convertible, wearing a suit. It's 100 degrees outside. Why do you need to wear a suit, right? He tries too hard. You heard people say that? You see, that's not the right attitude to have, right? These are these people should be motivation for you. They should be the people that are living their best life and trying every single day to live even a better life. And that should motivate you. And if you're around that person, you're infinitely going to be motivated. I can tell you right now that I live in a small town in Mississippi, and I am not motivated by anybody here. That's not to speak bad about anybody here or anything. It's just the culture. It's different. I go out of my, my studio, my house, and I look around, and there's nobody motivating me, right? To go bigger, to do more, to push harder. Like, it's not here. But the minute that I step foot in Los Angeles or Miami or New York, I'm instantly motivated. I instantly see people who are pushing the limits. I instantly see people who are achieving things that blow my mind. I instantly see people who look like they woke up today just ready to conquer the world. And I'm thinking, man, maybe I could do better. And I instantly feel motivated. I can tell you how many times my brother and I will be on a flight home from one of these bigger cities, and we will say to ourselves, man, just being there has motivated me to get back home and do X, right? It's just the type of people that you're around, all right? The second type of person is called the grateful one. This is the person who believes each day is a gift. They don't take things for granted, and they don't spend, they don't spend a lot of time complaining about every obstacle and every single thing they're frustrated with. In fact, look, it's easier to think of people who are the exact opposite in your life. Maybe there are people who every time you get on the phone with them, it's always about them, right? When the waiter, offended them the other night, or who was rude to them at the grocery store, or every ache or every pain or every illness they're dealing with in real time. Look, here's the thing. None of those things are wrong to talk about, but people living a grateful life will simply choose to focus on the good things that happen more than the bad things. And you want people in your life that you can admire how they get through the tough times, because look, the chances are when you go through tough times, you're going to want to respond like them, right? We need people who don't just fall to the ground every single time the world deals them less than a perfect hand. Because I got news for you, the world's going to deal you less than a perfect hand in business. It is not all rainbows and pots of gold and all of this stuff like people tell you about. If you want to be truly successful, right, unlock success, whether it's in your relationships or your business or just your health, there are always going to be rough times. This year, I decided to try to have more success in the health field, right? Haven't always been the healthiest person. And so I focused a lot on that, right? And here's what I found. I found that there were, along the way, in the last 6 months or so, I've gained almost close to 30 pounds. I think I'm sitting at 25, 26 pounds now that I've gained. But along the way, and by the way, I was trying to gain weight, not lose weight. So this is a good thing for me. But along the way, there were so many times where I felt defeated, right? I felt like, man, I missed this, or I missed that, or I couldn't do this, or I couldn't do that, or I can't make this happen, or I don't feel good today, or whatever, right? But having people in my life who are grateful, who are just grateful to wake up in the morning, and they're always reminding you of the good and not the bad, allows me to focus on the good things that have happened, okay, on my journey to a healthier life and a more fit life, rather than dwelling on the bad, right? And so if you surround yourself with those types of people, you're always innately going to be thinking about the positive, not the negative. So that in your own life, your relationships, your health, your wellness, certainly your business, when those situations come up, you are greatly influenced by what you've been surrounding yourself by. And you don't let those negative things pull you down, strip you of your confidence, your energy, your motivation, and ultimately your drive and desire to push forward and make it through it, right? So important. The third type of person is the dreamer. These are the people who know how to think big. We all know somebody like this, right? They don't dwell in the tiny details at all. They don't immediately shoot down ideas because they seem impractical or even infeasible, right? They think through things with you and can see the potential behind even the small or absolutely mundane ideas. Now, speaking as an entrepreneur, make sure you don't surround yourself only with dreamers, okay? The reason is because you'll never end up getting anything done, right? I can tell you sometimes I'm sitting with friends, and I won't name any names here, and the whole conversation is about, wouldn't it be great if this happened? Or wouldn't it be great if we did this, right? But they don't actually get anything done, right? Look, you just want a healthy amount of dreamers in your crew to make sure it's balanced by those who take action, right? And that's really the key here, balance. I would never recommend spending time with only millionaire entrepreneurs. For one, that's just not practical. And two, you won't be able to live a life of balance. You want people who will honestly remind you of what's really important, like being there for your family, checking in on your health, making sure your actions are honest, and you're growing as a person, right? So just remember, you are truly the sum of the people you surround yourself with. And if you surround yourself with people who motivate you, who dream with you, and who show gratitude, you'll find yourself being more like them. I guarantee it. And by the way, this might mean you have to let a few people go from your life, right? This might mean that there are certain people who just aren't good for yourself and for your business and for the path that you want to be on. And while that might seem really hard to think about, and it might be hard to let them go, look, know that it ultimately might be better for them, okay? And hopefully they'll begin to see how they can make these improvements in their lives as well, right? Because that's what we truly all want to do, right? Is we want to help each other, right? And in order to do that, sometimes we can't, we can't let a friendship with one person derail us from being able to be friends with and surround ourselves with, 10 or 15 other people that we can now impact and help, right? And who are going to impact and help us. So ultimately, we have to be able to cut the cord with the people in our lives that are bringing us down, okay? And we have to be able to forge new relationships with the people in our lives that are going to lift us up, help us stay on our path, and support us each and every step of the way, right? Look, that's all for today's episode. I truly hope that this episode encourages you to build a network that increases your net worth and supports you on your journey for success. I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to seeing you on the next episode of the Unlock Success Podcast.